Hi, welcome to Authenticity the Hard Way YouTube channel. I am your host, Asha Zalika, and this is a totally different environment, different feel to Authenticity the Hard Way. And if you're new to the channel, um, Authenticity the Hard Way is all about how our most painful, harshest experiences are the catalysts in our evolution into the next version of ourselves. And I am currently in the depths of one of those experiences. While in the beginning stages of what I have learned to be the becoming of the sacred pause. And this is hard, a bit uncomfortable because I'm not at home. I'm not in my room. I'm out. Um, but and because the topic um, and how fresh it is, just last week fresh, and the fact that um, the people who were used, who were part of, maybe used was the right word, a part of this experience. It's a different emotional connection to it. So the best thing that I could do for myself at this stage of my becoming and the next version of myself, this version of myself, is to get out and do something different. I have been wanting to spend time in nature for a long time. I love it. Um, and why not? I woke up this morning feeling pretty heavy. Rough night. Um, a lot of emotions coming up. And the fact that Mercury is retrograde in my rising sign of Cancer, um, which focuses on self and identity in my first house. It's a lot of emotion. This is emotional turbulence going on within me. However, I am not overwhelmingly sad. I am not I was discouraged. Um, I am very proud of myself for how I am witnessing my own integration of this, being the observer of myself and how I am maneuvering through this. I am very proud of myself. And with Earth and all the solar weather, Earth or atmospheric weather, solar flares, and all the stuff that's going on with Earth herself, and the energy that is, just exploding within the collective consciousness. Like, I'm feeling so much at once. And I am so very grateful. Let me say this at the front. I am so very grateful for each and every one of you who have replied to my Instagrams with and on the YouTube channel with such kind words and encouragement, letting me know how my content My vulnerability has helped you, is helping you. That means the world to me. Um, so thank you very much. So what had happened was last week, I was having a conversation with a friend, and the conversation spun off of something that my son is going through. And my friend was saying to him, "You don't know how lucky you are to have your mother so concerned and so involved in your life." And that kind of took this amazing spin into an eagle. That's why I love being outside. I love eagles. Um, I mean hawks. Sorry, red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawk. Um, that spun into her going into detail, very painful, very emotional detail about her childhood. Um, it was very painful for me to sit there and feel what she was feeling. As an empath, is something I can't turn off. It was painful for me, and I felt like I was reliving with her what she was sharing with me. And there's so much compassion, so much love that I have just welled up within me for her. And I let her speak until she just had nothing else to say. And then it spun into a relationship with another family member. And that was actually more deeper than the first. And when she finished, I just stood from the table and I went over and I just wrapped my arms around her and I held her while she cried and I cried with her. And all I could let her know was how proud of her I am and how she and I have both made it through so much pain to this point now. And as I backed away and released her, she said, um, your business I really don't feel like your business is for now. And I was totally thrown, totally taken off guard. And I went and I sat down at the table and I said, yeah, I know. I'm just rolling it out, but it's something that I have held on to since I was 13 years old. And it's now coming to fruition. And then she said, well, maybe I'm not saying this right. Authenticity the hard way, and I'm kind of paraphrasing. Authenticity the hard way, I don't think that you have gotten to the place of authenticity or that you are authentic enough to be doing this. That froze me. Just like it freezes me now as I'm saying it. And the only thing that I could say, well, authenticity the hard way is not a destination. It's a continual process. And this is where I am. And she's kind of nodded her head. And then she made the comment, I'm really trying to watch your content. And that was it. That did something within my soul, my mind, and my emotions that I don't have a name for. Um, And then, as I'm just really trying to process this, a few days later, I was on the phone with someone and I was telling him that I'm getting my working towards my associate's degree in psychology. And he made the statement, oh yeah, because you play mind games on people. Because you always play mind games on people. And again, there was a what? And still what? So for my authenticity be brought up in such a way by someone who doesn't even follow my content, it doesn't even know what I speak about, doesn't engage with my content, and then also someone who doesn't even know about what my business is, because only my children, maybe a few couple friends know what my business really is. My business is not authenticity the hard way. Authenticity the hard way is a tier, it is a facet of my business, which is Revelations Holistic Empowerment Training. But no one knows the depths of it. She surely doesn't. So for both of those to come up in a conversation that had nothing to do with me to begin with, that threw me. And I have sat with this and I have cried and I have gone through it with a fine tooth comb and allowed all of the emotions to come up within me about it. Two very powerful things came to the forefront. First and foremost, nothing happens by coincidence. So there is no coincidence that both of these experiences happened while Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Cancer, my rising sun, focusing on self and identity. And that I am fresh into this new version of myself. I am as I said in the beginning stages of the becoming. And I just did a reel about when you go through the sacred pause. The sacred pause is all about, I did series basically, all about spirit or your evolutionary journey coming to this place where all things are placed on hold so that you can deal with shadows and beliefs and relationships that must be dealt with because they cannot go with you into the next version of yourself. No coincidence that this has happened at this time. And so I've really kind of been like that crab of Cancer and kind of withdrew into my shell, feeling very raw, very emotional, a bit violated in my soul, in my heart, and have just kind of laid on my face before God. So can you help me with this, please? Because I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. And day before yesterday, night before, 2 nights ago, I was in the shower and I was crying with that plea in my heart. Could you please just help me? And in my mind's eye, I saw a great big blinding light come over me, illuminating me. And God said that this is what happens when you are becoming the next higher version of yourself, that the light of this becoming shines so brightly that it illuminates you. But in illuminating you, it casts a shadow on those in your life. That light brings out the shadow of other people. And Spirit, God, the divine, my Father, said, you've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. This is not about you. But understand that the higher you go, the brighter you shine. And then he said, and the higher your frequency. And when I heard the higher your frequency, I thought about the reel that I did about Venom and how Venom could not stand to be in higher frequencies. The higher frequencies just irritate him, and he has to withdraw from the host. And that is what I want to share with you today through this experience. The higher you go, the more you evolve, the more settled into this new version of yourself and the versions to come, the more you become, the lighter the bright shines, and the more will be pushed or pulled away from you. Those things that are pushed or pulled away from you are the things, the people that cannot go forward with you into this version. Those things would be thoughts, emotional entanglements in relationships, the lack of boundaries, and this is what happened to me. Never have I considered stopping producing content, even though during these last 4 years, I have hit these rough patches and had to stop. But during the times when I had to stop, I knew that at some point I would start again. But the thoughts of absolutely just pulling the plug on authenticity the hard way and on my business revelations was heavy on me. That was or is the remnants of the versions of me who sought validation, the versions of me who wanted approval, the versions of me who would shrink to others' opinions. So, in every level that we authenticate in, unless we do deep, deep work, there will always be a remnant. And that remnant will not come to surface until it's time, until the right chemistry of events happens to bring it forth. And that's what these experiences did. It was just the perfect combination with what's going on in Earth, with what's going on with planetary alignment, what's going on within myself of the purging that I am going through, the perfect cocktail for this to come up at this time for one purpose and one purpose only, to finally be addressed and released. And me finally stepping into the courage the power, the determination to continue going forward. Less minus relationships, minus whatever needs to be taken away. Knowing that where I am going, those who are meant to be in this version of this level of my authentication will appear and will align with me as perfectly as possible for this version. And that hurts. And the premise of authenticity the hard way is that it's the painful things that bring about the most change. And here I am out, um, holding my breath and gripping the steering wheel of the car because it's not really road ready. But my spirit and my soul said, let's go outside. Let's breathe. And I'm glad I did because I'm here. I'm present. I'm aware. I am integrating. I am integrating. And as I integrate deeper, there are other deeper emotions that come up, deeper thoughts that surface regarding this. Um, even as I got here and I'm trying to find the right place to sit where there are no ants. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this. And then it was, well, let's just do the podcast because when I do the podcast, no one can see my face. I know. I let the ants crawl, press play, and be unapologetically, authentically me. And here I am. And so happy about it. If you are in this phase of your becoming and people's shadows are showing, and remember I did the reel saying that when people look at you, they are looking at you through the lens of their own perspective of themselves. Take that into consideration if you encounter conversations that make you feel some type of way. Especially conversations that challenge your authenticity, because your authenticity is yours. It's yours. You never know. I am being led on a journey through Jung's material about the self. And in what I've learned is that we all come to a place of individuation where we become so focused on ourself and our journey that focus moves us out of or away from relationships and people that don't align with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. The journey to self, the journey to self-actualization, the journey to authentication, the spiritual journey, the awakened journey is all about self, and it is an individual inside job. And yes, pain comes. Loneliness is a part of it. It takes a level of isolation. It takes a whole lot of determination and a whole lot of pride of self, not ego, but pride in the fact of being proud of who you are. Those things will be challenged. They have to be challenged. But do not let those heavy feelings cause you to turn around. Don't. Now, when I considered pulling the plug, I considered it. I sat with it. I felt it. I let all of my guides, all my angels, all my ancestors scold me. It's not what you're going to do. It's okay. You cry. And if you have to do it crying, then you do it crying, but you still do it. So here I am. That's nice. That's beautiful. It's a good choice. A good time of day to be here, witnessing family. There's a pregnant lady over there. It's a beautiful place. The environment right now, the spirit that's here, the love that's here, I'm feeling it. So it's a good choice for me today. I hope that this video helps you. I hope that me sharing this experience that is still very fresh and very raw, I hope it helps you. Let me know. Comment, let me know. Share it if it does. Please don't give up on you. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your frequency rise. And let the venom run wherever it may be. I love you.